What's going on? This is your boy Talk with AJ, and I'm back with another video. So in this video, I want to talk about what have I learned being gangstalked and how I use gangstalking to my advantage, and what are the positives from me being gangstalked. If you're into thought-provoking content, like, comment, subscribe, turn on your post notifications. Different setting today. I'm actually just at home. So I decided, let's get to it. So, what have I learned over the years? When I first started being gang stalked back in 2012, I was homeless. So, dealing with that and then having to learn, over the next 2 years following that, what this was, what I was facing and what I was dealing with. And from then, I kind of started to have so many insults like hurled my way and disrespect hurled my way. And I think from dealing with all that and honestly being confused as to what was going on over the first 2 years and kind of being emotional and kind of honestly crashing out, you know what I'm saying? But not like on people, but just trying to figure out why me, what happened to cause me to be gang stalked. So after about late 2013, that's when I started watching like content on gang stalking. So once I kind of got to understand for what it was, it made what they start saying to me meaningless in terms of like the insults and the directed conversation and stuff like that. Like they were, saying crazy stuff about me and to me and making up lies in my direction and just all types of ridiculous things that they tried to say indirectly around me to kind of honestly get it under, trying to get me to like, put in my head or plant seeds in my head that this is why I may be being gang stalked. So it was just a lot of indirect conversation. Excuse me. So let me take a sip of water. I'm sorry. Sorry, man. I'm dealing with a chest congestion, weather changing. But anyways, so what really changed, over time is that I managed to like emotionally, I grew stronger. And being able to handle a lot of what was coming my way. Mentally, I started to mature even more. And basically, I ended up just everything if it wasn't respect or anything positive in my direction, I completely tuned them out. And that's what I do to this day. And over time, I kind of like started to get outside more. And I'm just realizing, like, you know what? This is just all in your head. Like, yeah, they're doing things to us and causing, problems in our life, I've been through countless jobs coming up. I've been through vehicles, you know what I'm saying? People, them intentionally causing damage to my vehicles. I moved a few times, thinking that I can get away from it. And this is a lot of when I didn't really understand what was going on. And then once I really started to understand what was going on, I just was like, you know what, I'm gonna stay right here. Cause I don't wanna keep moving and moving and moving and I'm just bringing the problems with me, So, and then once I had children, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna be the best version of myself, not only for them, but I need to be better for myself. So I started to maturate, mentally, emotionally, and even spiritually. Like I started to grow and started to become a better person as a result. So honestly, I just started to lock in and be like, you know what? This is bigger than me. And I need to not let this stuff get to me. I need to not let this stuff affect how I live my life. I need to live my life no matter what I'm going through. Because everybody in life deals with adversity. Everybody in life deals with, things that don't go their way. But this is completely different because we're being targeted, stalked, and harassed 24/7. If I remember, I got a clip that I took just right before I filmed this video. I'm gonna insert it somewhere in the video. It may be before, in the middle, or in the end of. And this is more, and this is a lot of times I've seen this, but this is like one of the few times I caught it on camera. Have you ever went to your Wi-Fi settings and you see the FBI on your Wi-Fi? Very interesting, right? So tell me why I go outside. And I go outside, but I go to my front of my house and I'm on the second floor. So I'm looking and I look across because there's what you're going to see in the video when I post it, either as a short or in this video, but it's like a big giant window in front of my house that doesn't have a blind, and that's by design because it's like an aesthetic thing. So got that, and I see a Sprinter van. So this is not the first time I've seen Sprinter vans parked across the street from my house and just sitting there, like staking out type shit. So I go and I'm looking, and I get a video of this Sprinter van, and it's like I see the phone and I zoom in, and then the phone went dark. It's almost like they don't want me to know that they're staking out my house. And it's very weird that they're gonna park 300 feet away and just stake my house, like, and I'm trying to figure out, what are you trying to accomplish? Like, it's they're trying to disturb your peace, and that you're at home minding your business, And the fact that after this long, and they see that you're not a problem, people know that you're not a problem, and they're willing to go along with this and continue to go along with this just so they can get you to react and then self-destruct is very, very crazy. It's very crazy. So have they ever got me a reaction? Yeah. I'm not gonna sit here and act like, what I'm saying, I'm just perfect. They have gotten reactions out of me before. Very few, far in between, especially over the last 10 years, but they have. I can count on one hand over the last 10 years how many times they got a reaction. And it may have because, stuff personally that I was dealing with that I kind of just allowed that to get a reaction out of me. But other than that, no, it's very rare. But I just feel like, you know what? Live your life, man. Stop letting people dictate how you live your life and what you're gonna do in your life. I just can't. I couldn't continue to do it, So you can get to wherever you want in this world, just like them. Your life just don't stop because you're being targeted. Yeah, they're watching everything you do. So what? So what? Your life got to go on. You got to get up, get out, and do something. You know what I'm saying? You can't just sit around and just wither your life away because you're being targeted. You still got to get out and be something in this world, because you as a target individual, you have a gift, you have a talent, you have a skill that you can offer to society. But these people don't want you to let you reach your full potential. So they'll do everything they can to cause you not to reach your full potential. So you have to honestly and just ignore that and overcome that and understand that you're really, a big deal. You're really a big deal. So don't let nobody get to you and tell you what you can and can't do in this world, man, because this world is made for or everyone to thrive. But we got this government that's corrupt, and they want to put innocent people on lists and torment them and attempt to ruin their lives. But we're not going to allow that. We're not going to allow that. We're gonna thrive and survive no matter what they try to do or attempt to do. So don't let these people overhaul your life, come into your life, infiltrate your life, your peace, your freedom, your ability to live life, work, and travel, do things that you want to do. Don't allow them to do that. So no matter what you're going through, keep your head up, keep grinding. Things aren't gonna work out all the time, for sure. They won't. But who's perfect? Whose life is scripted perfectly to the point where it's gonna work? Everything ain't meant for you. That's why when sometimes some things don't work out for you, it ain't meant for you. And that's why I say how I benefited from this is I started to use the fact that they quote unquote don't like me, and I'm the worst person in the world. I used it to my advantage because when they hate and go to great lengths to see me fail, it made me go harder. It made me want to get it more because I know that they would hate that. So I grinded harder, you know what I'm saying? And I made it happen because I wanted to make it happen not only for me, my kids, and I had to prove, and I had something to prove to myself so that I can do this, that I can overcome this. And no matter what happens, I'm not going to put myself in a position to where when I started being targeted, I'm never going to be in that position again. So I put myself in a position by growing and learning and not being every day being consumed by being targeted. I had to get out there and I had to take everything that come with it. I've been called everything but the child of God, and I had to take that and endure that. So over the years, I used to cope with it, 7-8 years ago when I quit smoking. 8 years ago now, 9 years ago, because it's 2026. Time is flying. But 9 years ago, excuse me, I'm sorry. 9 years ago, I started to, I quit smoking weed. And I had to cope. That was my coping mechanism at the time. And I noticed that I was even more like paranoid, like back then, where I thought everything was targeted, you know what I'm saying? Like I questioned everything. And then when I quit completely cold turkey, everything, that I was starting to think more clearly. And I started to, the main benefit is I started to be able to save money, invest money, and started to focus on being, outside of, being a fat man, outside of that, I started eating good for sure, too good. But I started to focus in on what my building myself up, getting, started getting the things that I want, quality, instead of just, having some beater car. I was able to afford to get something pretty decent, and got a house, so I went from being homeless at the time to now I got 2 houses, essentially 3 cars and a bunch of other stuff, and I'm blessed. So I'm able to live comfortably, and it's all thanks to just learning and growing, from using this being gangstalked as and flipping it, you know what I'm saying? Because the effects is obviously supposed to torment us and keep us down, but I flipped it and used their negative energy and turned it to positive for me, and flipped it and started to use it as motivation to persevere. I got tired of being held down. I got tired of them, sabotaging me and whatnot. So I created my own opportunity. Hence, in return, led to more opportunity because it worked out, and I started to grow and expand. And there's not really too much they can do about it because I got plan A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. I'm always ready. So you can take what they do and just take it as a grain of salt. Just ignore it. Like, fellas, I know that, we want the ladies and whatnot and all this stuff like that. And the third, bro, there's like, with the way this society is now, I'm kind of happy, and there's another benefit right here. I'm really happy that I'm not of this society, like as far as like being in the mix with everybody else, the NPCs, is what they're called. Just everybody that can be controlled and told what to do, and they don't question it. I'm not of these people. So I, and you see how fake and how disingenuous a lot of people are in society today. Like the people that are targeting you, they don't like each other. They can't stand. They don't even get along. They just share a common goal. A lot of people don't like each other. That's why you see all these people that turn on each other, deleting each other, and all these relationship issues and all that. I want nothing to do with that, and I'm glad that I don't have to deal with any of those people. I'd rather have no friends than a bunch of fake ones. So it is what it is. It kind of is. This alone. That's why I say that. Excuse me. That's why this alone. Um, that, that alone brings me peace, because people look at being isolated um, as something that can be detrimental. Um, it can deteriorate your social skills, but that's everybody. It's a lot of people, believe it or not, that's isolated, whether you're targeted or not. A lot of people will state themselves. Social skills have deteriorated in so many ways in the world today already. So it never really bothered me, you know what I'm saying? It just gave me more clarity of who was on my side and who wasn't. So that's why I take this as positive, because it put me on the other side of things. Like it's like me when I'm outside, it's like a movie, people acting and shit. So I can watch the movie and I'm sitting here and I'm in the movie theater, got my popcorn and stuff, and I'm seeing these people and seeing all this stuff going on, and it's like it's a movie, so I'm not in the movie, you know what I'm saying, type stuff. So it kind of gave me a different lens on life. It allowed me to just see stuff from a different angle, instead of like being all in the mix, which, like I said, I'm genuinely enjoying life right now. I'm happy. I'm blessed. Everything is doing well, and everything's going well, you know, and I'm able to live a decent life, and I don't want to mess that up. I'm not trying to ruin that and cause any problems, but I had to get on here and tell my story, because I felt like my story can be a learning lesson, you know, especially in my early years, of what not to do, you know, how not to react, you know what I'm saying? And then, you know, my story right now in my later years, you know what I'm saying, as I got older, like what you should do, because everybody out here is deals with this in different ways, you know what I'm saying? Like they deal with it in a way where it may be unhealthy, and they may be on the road to crashing out. And I want to put them right back on the path, help them, and help guide them back on the path to success. You know, help them, you know, grow mentally, grow spiritually, grow emotionally. You know, be the best version of themselves. You know, in spite of this, because there is a life out around this. You know, you may be in a bubble, yeah, but at the same time, you can be the best version of yourself as a result of this. I'm trying to tell you, because it opens up so many like doors, like it opens up so many avenues personally, to where you can grow in so many ways personally from this, and it can elevate you and motivate you to want to be great. You know, even like prior to being gangster, you see, I was getting so, prior to being gangster, I was getting so like content with life, because I didn't really felt like I had a purpose. So once it started, I started to have a purpose. Like I started to, you know, have a why, and knowing that everything used to come a little bit easier. Now I gotta work hard and grind harder for it to get it and maintain it. So it helped me want to keep going and motivate me to keep my spirit up every day, and no matter what happens, you know, I'm always prepared. So yeah, this is your boy Gangstalk Talk with AJ. I appreciate everybody tuning in. I appreciate every one of you. I give all glory to God, you know. Every day I wake up, and you should as well. It's another day, another opportunity to see what the day has to offer for you. Yeah, just make it shake. You know what I'm saying? Get up and make it shake. Come up with a game plan. Get you a blackboard, you know what I'm saying? And write down your plans and what you want to do. And drop a comment. Like, what do you want to? What's your goals and what do you want to do? You know what I'm saying, with your life going forward, and how you plan on, you know, elevating to the next level. You know what I'm saying? In spite of what you're going through, in spite of being targeted, in spite of being, you know, again, being gang stalked. You know, don't allow these people to infiltrate your life and be the bane and try to make it seem like you're the bane of everybody's existence. No, you're better than that. You're better than that. To those people that don't like you, I'm gonna say this, and I don't really cuss much. Fuck them. You know what I'm saying? Like, they showing you who they really are. So it's more like to show you, like, these people right here are not worth your time. They're not worth your energy. So don't even give them any energy anyway. So, but yeah, y'all stay up out there. Y'all stay blessed. I'm gonna catch y'all in the next video. Stay safe, and I'm gone. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button on your way out. Peace. Now I want y'all to see that. Look at this right here. This is close to my house. It's like, it's not by my house, but it's by my house, but it's like there's a brick wall dividing, then there's a field, and then there's that springer that you're seeing. So it's about a good 300 feet away. I just zoomed in on it, but look at that. Now you see that when the video started, that screen was lit up. Now why is that park right there? Never seen it right there. That house is mad sketch anyway. There'd be a lot going on. I've seen lights like directed towards my window. And look at this. Weirdo shit, right? I've seen vans like that before near my house on the outside here. Kind of just feel like they scoping out and surveying, you know, my house. So, and if you see this window right here, let me back up. You see this window right here, right? This window, I haven't put it like a blind up, so this window is mad big, as you can see. But look at this shit. What's the purpose of this? You're in your house minding your business, and then you get sprinklers like this.